If you want to make your 20s really count, you should start by developing the skills that help you excel in every area of your life. And I'm not talking about technical skills or skills you need to land a specific career. I'm talking about the internal skill set, the core abilities that shape who you become and how far you go. The skills that make adulthood easier, that give you clarity, and that open doors you didn't even know existed. Hi there, and welcome to Win Your 20s, a channel I created to help you navigate this life-defining decade, use your time with intention, and become the strongest version of yourself as you build a future you're proud of. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 4 skills that are most advantageous to build during these formative years, the skills that shape who you become and ultimately separate you from the pack, and how you can start honing these skills today to improve your life. Your 20s are when everything begins to matter. Your habits, your choices, your mindset, the standards you set for yourself. Therefore, in this stage of your life, what you do with your time, meaning what you learn, the hobbies you explore, and the skills you build, matters more than you think. Skills are defined in Webster's dictionary as a learned power of doing something competently, a developed aptitude or ability. When you build real skills, you stop feeling like you're constantly playing catch up. You make better decisions, you attract better opportunities, you move with more confidence, and you start becoming someone who creates their future instead of reacting to it. Skill building also creates leverage, not just in your career, but in your entire life. It gives you more control over your time, your earning potential, the opportunities you have access to, and the direction your life moves in. Because the more unique and refined your skill set is, the more rare your value is in society. Most people, especially nowadays with endless on-demand distractions, never take advantage of the opportunity to actually cultivate an exceptional set of skills. They drift through their 20s relying on talent, luck, their degree, or circumstance. But skills are what give you real power. Power to carve your own path instead of settling for the one handed to you. And it's important to understand this. The skills you develop right now don't just help you today. They become the foundation for the next 30, 40, even 50 years of your life. They become long-term assets, abilities you rely on for the rest of your life. Skills compound. They grow with you. They become part of who you are. And that's why this matters so much. So, let's begin with the foundation, the skill that influences every decision you make and every direction your life takes. Self-awareness. Self-awareness is the starting point of everything. It's the ability to see yourself clearly, to understand your own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It's being able to recognize your strengths, acknowledge your weaknesses, and stay connected to your values. It's understanding why you do what you do, what actually matters to you, and what kind of life feels aligned with who you are. Because the truth is, you can't build a fulfilling life if you don't understand the person who's building it. You can't make good decisions without knowing what you want, and you can't find the right path without knowing what direction feels true to you. Self-awareness gives you that internal clarity. It helps you make choices that are intentional instead of reactive, aligned instead of accidental. It makes it easier to spot patterns that are helping you and the ones that are holding you back. And the more self-aware you become, the more your life starts to make sense. Self-awareness shows up in every part of your life. It's knowing why certain jobs excite you and others drain you. It's noticing when a relationship brings out the best in you or when it pulls you away from the person you want to be. It's recognizing your emotional triggers instead of letting them control you. It's understanding which habits move you forward and which ones quietly sabotage your potential. When you have self-awareness, you stop operating blindly. You start catching your patterns, you start understanding your motivations, and you begin making choices that match the future you actually want, not the one you fell into by accident. So, how do you actually build self-awareness? You build it by paying attention, by slowing down long enough to notice your own patterns. It starts with self-reflection, taking time to ask yourself questions that improve your self-awareness. Ask questions like, what kind of person do I want to be? What are my dreams and goals, and why are they important to me? How do I typically respond to stress and pressure? What role does fear play in my decision making? What are my biggest strengths and weaknesses? And how would my best friend describe me? You also build self-awareness by observing your reactions in real time. When someone triggers you, instead of immediately reacting, pause and ask, why did that bother me? What's underneath that emotion? You build it by being honest with yourself, not judging yourself, just seeing yourself clearly. Your strengths, your blind spots, your habits, your defaults. And you build it by listening to your body, your energy, your intuition, your emotional responses. Your mind will lie to you sometimes, but your body usually won't. The more you practice this, the more self-aware you become, and the easier it becomes to make decisions that align with what you truly value and the person you're trying to become. Moving on to skill number 2, which is communication skills. The ability to communicate effectively, clearly, and concisely is one of the most underrated superpowers you can develop in your 20s. When you look at the most influential people in history, the most successful entrepreneurs, or the executives leading companies at the highest level, there's one common thread. They're all exceptional communicators. They can all articulate ideas, inspire action, and connect with people. Fun fact, 85% of millionaires in a survey said that a major reason they became wealthy was their ability to communicate and convey a message. Not their degrees, not their technical skills. Honing in on your ability to communicate effectively is one of the highest ROI skills on the planet. It impacts every area of your life, your relationships, your career, your confidence, your ability to lead, the opportunities that come your way, and even the way people perceive you. People with strong communication skills get promoted faster, build stronger networks, and create opportunities that others never even see. So by now, you can probably tell why I'm so bullish on this skill. Because in every domain, from entrepreneurship and career to dating or even your mental health, communication is a multiplier. It amplifies your effectiveness in everything you do. Build this skill and everything becomes easier. So how do you become a better communicator? Here are a few simple but powerful ways to start strengthening this skill. Number 1, limit your use of filler words. Words like like, weaken your message and make you sound unsure of yourself. Practice speaking with intention. Slow down, pause when you need to. Silence is stronger than filler. Number 2, practice active listening. Most people listen just to reply, not to understand. Active listening means giving someone your full attention, holding eye contact, picking up on tone, noticing their body language. People can feel when you're really listening, and it instantly builds trust and respect. Number 3, master your tonality. Your tone communicates more than your words. A steady, grounded tone makes you sound confident. A warm tone makes you sound approachable. A firm tone helps you set boundaries. When you understand tone, you can control how your message lands. And number 4, practice summarizing your thoughts before you speak. Take a brief moment to ask yourself, what am I actually trying to say? This alone helps eliminate rambling and makes you sound clear, articulate, and intentional. People who speak with clarity command attention, not because they're loud, but because they're precise. These simple habits, if applied consistently, will improve your ability to communicate fast and result in you being able to make more money, get better jobs, build stronger relationships, and so on and so forth. Skill number 3 is focus, the ability to hold your attention in a world designed to steal it. We live in the most distracted era in human history. Your phone, your apps, social media, notifications, everything is fighting for your attention. And most people lose that battle every single day. Your ability to focus is directly tied to your ability to succeed. Focus is what allows you to actually make progress on the things that matter. It's what helps you follow through, build discipline, and gain momentum. 2 people can work the same amount of hours, but the one who can stay focused accomplishes 5 times more. Focus is one of the most important skills you can work on because it improves your capability in everything else you do. You can have great ideas, great ambition, great potential, but without focus, none of it gets executed. When you develop your focus, you become dangerous because you can do what most people can't. You can lock in, ignore distractions, and get things done. Here are a few ways you can improve your ability to focus today. The first is to train in small doses. Focus is like a muscle. You strengthen it by using it. Start with small commitments. Read for 15 minutes without checking your phone. Work uninterrupted for 30 minutes. Go on a walk without headphones. These brief training sessions start to sharpen your ability to stay present. The next thing you can do is create routines that support deep work. Have a dedicated times for concentrated effort. When your brain knows a certain hour of the day is work time, it becomes easier to drop into focus mode without fighting resistance and get shit done. Another method you can use is to identify what's actually sidetracking you when you're trying to focus, and then actively reduce those distractions. This could be as simple as putting your phone in another room, decluttering your workspace so your environment feels visually calm, or, one of my personal favorites, throwing on some headphones and listening to lo-fi music to block out background noise. These are easy, intentional practices that help you build that tunnel vision focus over time. But even with strong focus, great communication skills, and self-awareness, life doesn't always go according to plan. And that's why this next skill is so important to develop in your 20s. The fourth and final of the most important skills you need to build is adaptability. Adaptability is the ability to adjust, evolve, and stay steady when life changes unexpectedly. Your 20s are full of transitions. New jobs, new relationships, new cities, identity shifts, unexpected opportunities, and setbacks you didn't see coming. If you can't adapt, you get overwhelmed. But if you can adapt, you become resilient. You stay flexible, calm, and capable no matter what happens. Adaptability is what keeps you moving forward when life throws you off your path. It's what helps you reinvent yourself when something no longer fits. It's what allows you to navigate uncertainty without falling apart. In a world that's changing faster than ever, it's clear that the people who can adapt are the ones who thrive. So how can you develop this skill? Adaptability is developed the same way confidence is, through exposure. Put yourself in situations that stretch you, not overwhelm you, just stretch you. Try new environments, take on challenges you've never done before. Say yes to things that normally intimidate you. Break your routines occasionally. When you voluntarily step into discomfort, your brain learns, I can handle the unknown, and as a result, improves your ability to adapt in stressful situations. Another strategy you can use to become more adaptable is to strengthen your problem-solving mindset. Instead of saying, why is this happening? Ask, what can I do with what I have right now? This simple shift changes everything. It moves you out of helplessness and into action, which is where adaptability grows. And the final exercise I recommend you try to become more adaptable is to practice letting go of what no longer serves you. This is because adaptability also means knowing when to release the things that are holding you back. Old habits, old identities, old goals. They can keep you stuck in a version of yourself you've outgrown. This could be dropping routines that drain you, stepping back from relationships that limit you, or walking away from goals that no longer align with who you're becoming. The better you are at releasing what no longer fits, the easier it becomes to adapt to what's next. In summary, the 4 skills that I believe are most important to build in your 20s are self-awareness, communication, focus, and adaptability. If you take developing these 4 skills seriously, if you actually show up for yourself and use the exercises and tools that I gave you today, you can completely shift the trajectory of your life in the next 90 days. Because when you upgrade your skills, you upgrade the opportunities available to you. This is what your 20s are all about, guys. Building valuable lifelong skills, discovering who you want to become, and going after the life you actually want. You're like a customizable character in a video game. You choose the attributes you upgrade. You choose the abilities you develop. You choose the direction your character grows. And the crazy part is, we're living in a time where you have unlimited access to information, tools, and resources to develop any skill you want. So if anything sticks with you from this video, I hope it's this. We are living in an era where you can become highly skilled at anything and become anyone you wish to be. This is why I'm so passionate about self-mastery, because we've never lived in a time with more knowledge, more opportunity, and more pathways to reinvent yourself than right now. So don't let this opportunity slip by. Don't coast through this decade. Use it. Build yourself. Become the man your younger self dreamed you'd one day become. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you got value from this video. I really believe in these skills' ability to greatly improve your life, so really take them into consideration. As you can tell, I'm still getting this channel off the ground, so if you enjoy this kind of content and want to see more, it would mean a lot if you hit subscribe and help me build this community from the ground up. Also, let me know if there are any topics I should cover in the comments below. Until next time, take care.